Hello, learners. Welcome back to episode 11 and the second episode of Pandas Coding, right? So, I hope you all tried those basic commands and used this data set. Do share me your email IDs in the comments if you want the first notebook so that you can practice it along with the session or maybe after the session before we have next session because it is very important to revise all the concept. हमें वो सारे concept जो हमने पहले सीखे वो हमको आने ही चाहिए तभी हम नेक्स्ट चीज बहुत अच्छे से सीख सकते हैं. So, and do comment your suggestions and feedback if any. Okay, so we will learn something very interesting today. We'll go in the complete depth of pandas. So watch the video till the complete end, and we are studying only the basics, but still it would be very interesting to move on what we have already built so far in our knowledge. So let's go on to study the pandas further commands. So we had that data set in which we studied what was head, tail, how to select columns, rows, how to see the shape of the data frame. Going next, we'll do some little more complex things like how to remove duplicate. So suppose if there is some data which is inserted two times, the complete row is duplicate. Like if you see this record inserted two times, why that happens? Because sometimes there are data jobs which are running, they might enter the data two times. So you have to be very sure that all your data is unique, right? There should not be a row level duplicate. What is a row level duplicate? जिसमें सारे वैल्यू सेम है, मतलब जो आपका एक कंप्लीट रो है वो रो पूरा का पूरा रिपीटेड है, सारे कॉलम्स की वैल्यू सेम है. तो दैट इज कॉल्ड अ रो लेवल डुप्लीकेट. So if you want to drop these duplicates, right? So you have to write a simple command, drop dot drop duplicate df dot drop duplicate. So it will drop all the duplicates and you will see 639 rows. So I think there was 636 rows, 639. Now we are left with 636 rows. So this is how you can delete the duplicate. Now you can also delete the duplicate on the basis of two columns like city and season. If you choose these two columns, you'll be able to delete the duplicates on these two columns. So any row which are having two matches, you'll be able to delete it and you will be able to see only say 100 rows now, right? Because what happens is that one city and season can have like maybe say eight matches in 1 year, right? So instead of eight, now it will select only one and it will delete all the seven rows considering that it wants only one combination of city and season. So like Kolkata and Eden Garden, there should be only one combination. So in this way, you can even delete the duplicate on that basis. Now, what next we can do? We can sort the values, right? We can sort the values on the basis of a season. So you are selecting season and winner and you are sorting on season. So what does sorting mean? Sorting means arranging in a particular order. If you mention only sort values, it automatically, the default sorting order is ascending. So if you see how it is arranging with the winners, first was won by Rajasthan Royals, right? Deccan Chargers, CSK. So whoever are the IPL fans would remember this particular order and would agree with me, right? So this is how each season wise they are arranging the winners. So sorting function is also which is easily available with just a simple sort values function. So just these functions you need to remember to be like an expert or a pro in Python, right? So let's go on with something else. We dived a lot into Python now for the IPL data. Now let's go into Fortune 500 companies. What are the Fortune 500 companies? Fortune 500 companies are the top companies of US, which are classified as Fortune 500, and there is a big rush over there to see in come in the top 500. So जैसे यहाँ पे निफ्टी होता है, आप लोग को पता होगा टॉप 50 कंपनीज, जैसे यहाँ पे फॉर्च्यून 500 होता है, उसके हिसाब से भी सेंसेक्स एंड मार्केट चलता है. So all of these things are very important. And if you are in a financial industry, this data might be very like useful to you in future, right? So which who are the employees, what is the website name, how many employees, where is the headquarter, all of these things, what is the full name of a company, all of these things will be stored over here. Now you can group by a particular sector, right? So if you want to see like which sector a particular, how many sectors are there in this data, so you can do company dot group by and put sector column over here. So basically what it will do, suppose if there are say three sectors only, financial, agri, energy and retail. So there might be 300 rows, but each row, each sector would have 100 rows. So it will just select how many unique sectors are there. That is a function of group by to select a unique values of a certain column. So it will select the unique values of a particular sector So if you see, these are only the sectors which are present. Like I think we have around 10 to 20, 15 sectors which are present, and how many companies. So we have 84 companies with financial. So there are 84 rows in that data set of 500 rows, which has 84 in finance. So mostly are in finance, then energy. So that tells us that finance is a sector which is very important. So if you have a technical knowledge and if you are somebody from finance, it is a deadly combination these days to get a great opportunity, right? सो इसी के साथ हम देखते हैं कि ये सारे वैल्यूज यहाँ पे आ रहे हैं और हम किसी भी सेक्टर के बेसिस पे उसको ग्रुप कर सकते हैं। नाउ अगर हम चाहते हैं कि उसको एक पर्टिकुलर सेक्टर है इंजीनियरिंग एंड कंस्ट्रक्शन, उसके बेसिस पे जो जो कंपनीज आ रही हैं हमको खाली वो वाली कंपनीज चाहिए। तो ये सारी कंपनीज है जो इंजीनियरिंग सेक्टर के बेसिस पे आ रही हैं। जैसे हमने यहाँ पे देखा ये 13 रोज हैं। तो इफ यू सेलेक्ट दिस पर्टिकुलर बाय डॉट गेट ग्रुप इंजीनियरिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन, so you'll get these 13 rows and all the 23 columns which was there in the initial data set, right? So खाली वो 13 कंपनी जो एनर्जी सेक्टर को बिलोंग करती है, if you want to see that, the simple function to use is get group function. So group by is a very important command or a tool used in even SQL, Python, or any of the languages, right? You can sum the profit, you can find the mean of a particular column which is a profit, and you can arrange it, and you can see, okay, this particular sector, energy sector, if you sum all the profit columns and you divide by 13, you will get 4137. So this automatically Python does for you just by writing this simple command which you see here. Similarly, you can find for the another sector which is say profit, financial, sorry. So for financials also you can find a particular way. Okay, so now coming to some another data set again related to cricket. So cricket is one of my favorites, so it keeps coming back, right? So now there are other things what you can do. What you can do is, like, if you want to see a particular data, you want to see the count of maybe say six batsmen, which batsman has hit how many six. So if you want to see the top six batters, this is how it shows. So we see in our when we ever we watch the matches, right, that they are calculating the data. How they are calculating, they are just storing at one place, and at the back end all these codes are running and they are getting the data, whether it is Hotstar, uh, Sony Live, or it is like anything, it is Geo Cinemas these days. So all of this, like, these are the simple commands to see that which batsman has run how many, which batsman has made how many sixes. So now if you want to see that which is a bowling team and how many batsmen have scored a particular run, which team that batsman belong, you can see from this particular command. So let us see some simple commands. Like, let's not go into the complex again for the functions. Let us see the commands, like say which columns are there in this data frame. So all of these columns are there. Matplotlib are the plots which we'll study very detail in the next class. So I'll skip this part because we'll go through the theory sessions first, and then we will see in lot more detail how to create plots, right? So that is like all. There are two libraries to tell you, like Matplotlib and so Matplotlib is the one which is used the most, and then we have a Seaborn as well, which you see here. SNS it is mentioned, right? So this part maybe we'll cover later. Let us see what other commands we can see, the basic commands which we have. So let us see our Titanic data set, right? So this is something interesting we have not seen till now. How to drop a particular column. If you want to drop a particular column, just mention the data set name, drop which column you want to put in place is equal to true. So this will drop that data set, and it will sorry, drop a particular column in a data set. So if you have 10 columns, you drop one column, आपको मिलेगा खाली एक कॉलम. सो ये सिंपल, इससे हम एक कॉलम को ड्रॉप कर सकते हैं. अब अगर हमको ये देखना है कि किस कॉलम में कितनी नल वैल्यूज हैं, ये हम इस कमांड के थ्रू देख सकते हैं. ये एक बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट कमांड है. क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है? बिकॉज हमें आगे देखेंगे कि हमारे डेटा सेट पे नल्स नहीं होने चाहिए, राइट? क्योंकि वो नल क्या करता है, जब आप मॉडलिंग करेंगे तो वो एक अज्यूम कर लेता है एक पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू, और जो आपको मॉडल का रिजल्ट है वो सही नहीं आता है. तो आपको हमेशा मेक श्योर करना है कि आपके डेटा सेट में नल वैल्यूज ना हो, जंक वैल्यूज ना हो. सो ये हम कैसे कर सकते हैं? सिंपल इस कमांड से चेक करके कि इज नल. तो इज नल क्या बता रहा है? इंग्लिश मीनिंग उस वर्ड का क्या है? क्या वहां पे नल है? इज नल. वो पूछ रहा है कितने हैं टोटल, ये बताओ, टोटल करो। टोटल कैसे करेंगे? सम कॉलम से। तो यहाँ पे टोटल होके वो बता दे रहा है कि कितने नल कॉलम, कितने नल रोज हैं उस पर्टिकुलर कॉलम में। तो ऐसे 177 रोज हैं जिसमें एज नहीं दिया, तो लोग अपना एज नहीं बताना चाहते हैं। सो आई विल नॉट कमेंट कौन लोग नहीं बताना चाहते हैं, बट यस, देर आर मेनी पीपल हु डोंट वांट टू टेल देयर एज. So generally those who are older, they don't want to tell their age. So yeah, that is one thing. So we have to do something about this data, right? As we discussed, if you remember that there are two ways: either we fill these NA or we drop these particular NA. So अगर ये रोज कम है, मतलब 10% है, 20% तक भी ठीक है, बट अगर 20% से ज्यादा है तो वी नीड टू थिंक बिफोर ड्रॉपिंग. बट सपोज इफ इट इज 10%, 1000 रोज थे, 100 ड्रॉप कर दिए, तो अभी भी 889 रोज बचा है, देन इट इज फाइन. Otherwise, what other thing you can do is you can put like a particular column, and then you can put a particular row. So like if you see embark जो था उसमें खाली दो रोज थे जो नल थे, तो यहाँ पे क्या किया हमने, सबसेट बनाया embark कॉलम के बेसिस पे. embark वाले कॉलम पे जहाँ पे NA है, खाली वो वाले रोज हमने ड्रॉप कर दिए. तो यहाँ पे 891 रोज होगा. अभी ये बचा है यहाँ पे वी हैव 889, सो ओनली 2 रोज आर ड्रॉप. और जैसा कि मैंने बोला, ये थोड़ा ज्यादा ही है, 177 इज लाइक मोर देन 20% अराउंड. सो हम यहाँ पे इसको ड्रॉप नहीं करेंगे जहाँ एज नल है. उसकी जगह हम क्या करेंगे, जो भी पूरे डेटा सेट का मीन है, हम वही मान लेंगे कि जहाँ पे एज मिसिंग है वही एज. मान लो इफ यू हैव 20, इफ यू हैव like if you are calculating the team of mean age of Indian team, it would be somewhere around 27, 28, right? Because there are few people who are 20, 21, there are few who are 35, 36, so mean would come somewhere around 25 to 28, right? तो वो हम mean age मान लेंगे. तो यहाँ पे हम कौन सा कमांड यूज करते हैं, fill NA. तो fill NA is also, हमने अभी ड्रॉप NA देखा था, अभी हम fill NA देख रहे हैं. तो उस NA को फिल कर दो. कौन से कॉलम में फिल करना है, उसी कॉलम के किस वैल्यू से फिल करना है, उसी कॉलम के मीन के साथ फिल करना है. इन प्लेस इक्वल टू ट्रू, मतलब उसकी प्लेस में वो रिप्लेस करके इट विल फिल द NA इन दैट पर्टिकुलर कॉलम. फिर हम ये चला के देखा, फिर हमको आया ये 2 रोज. अभी हमने देखा इसके कितनी रोज हैं, वी हैव दीज मैनी रोज. अभी हम इम्बार्क में भी अगर फिल कर देते हैं, वहां पे उस कॉलम में हम एस फिल कर देते हैं. तो अगर हम एस फिल कर देंगे तो अभी हम फाइनली आ गए, सारा हमारा डेटा ये क्लीन हो गया, एटलीस्ट नल के प्रोस्पेक्टिव से, कि हमारे पास कुछ भी नल नहीं है. हमने यहाँ पे देखा नॉन नल, नॉन नल, सब नल के बिना, और सारा डेटा टाइप हमने देख लिया. ठीक है. अभी अगर हमको किसी को कैटेगरी, किसी का डेटा टाइप कन्वर्ट करना है, तो वो एज डॉट टाइप करके हम उसका चेंज कर सकते हैं. तो इसको हमने ऑब्जेक्ट से कैटेगरी कर दिया, सेक्स को, राइट? सो बिकॉज इट कैन बी मेल, फीमेल. So those are the different values of sex which we can have. So there are only two values, इसीलिए we have converted that into a category. Now suppose there would be some columns which you would not require. तो ऐसे कई कॉलम होंगे जो आपको रिक्वायर्ड नहीं होंगे, राइट? लाइक सपोज सिबलिंग, स्पाउस, पेरेंट, चाइल्ड, ये सब बहुत हाई, मतलब हाई लेवल नहीं, बट कुछ ऐसा इंफॉर्मेशन है जो शायद हमारे लिए यूजफुल ना हो. जब आप कोई डोमेन पे काम करेंगे डेटा साइंस पे, तो आप देखेंगे देर आर मेनी कॉलम्स विच यू वुड नॉट यूज. तो दिस इज वन ऑफ दोज कॉलम्स, सो यू कैन सिंपली ड्रॉप दोज कॉलम्स. तो हमारे पास 100 कॉलम्स होते हैं, बट अल्टीमेटली जब हम एक मॉडल बनाते हैं, हम देखते हैं, हम ये देखना चाहते हैं कौन से कॉलम इंपॉर्टेंट है. तो मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम इंडस्ट्री में 5 to 10, 10 से ज्यादा कभी नहीं होता है कि वी गो मोर देन 10 एंड वी से, बिकॉज वी इवन हैव टू एक्सप्लेन द बिजनेस. हमको बिजनेस को बताना होता है कि ये जो 5 कॉलम है या ये जो 10 कॉलम है, ये आपके लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है. सो दैट इज हाउ data science work, and that is how you have to see the different values. So with this, I think we have gone through lot of the basic functions today, and we have seen the functions. Again, there are little functions which are like little high level. Some of you who have understood the basic, or you already know the Python, you can practice those functions as well. But the whole purpose of this particular 2 sessions was to understand the basics, and like the one liner command, maybe like even not one liner, just like if you count the number of words, there are 6 letter commands, 7 letter command, as type, fill NA, drop NA, head, tail. So these are not even sentences, these are the words. So to know these simple words, to just crack very like big thing about the data, right? So I hope you all got lot of information about how to see your data and how to break your data. Next, we'll learn about Matplotlib, which is a data visualization tool. We had some examples here as well. We'll discuss more specific example related to Matplotlib in our future classes. And first, we'll discuss the theory and then practical. So thank you for watching the complete video.